This is a PSA for new parents who are doing the hip carry. So we've talked about posture now in a number of different ways, and we're going to talk about now medial and lateral shifts as a result of the hip carry. So a lot of women that we treat here in that postpartum period aren't even thinking about the repercussions of carrying their children around and aren't sure where their pain is coming from until we are able to notice these real interesting distortions in the way that you're standing. And so I just want to carry you through. Let's say this is our baby, and I'm using moms here because this is like the hip carry is something specific to a female pelvis. Men are much more likely to use an arm carry. Their upper bodies are just generally stronger. They have different problems associated with that. Don't worry, elbow pain is among the most common. But today we're talking about the hip carry, and so most women are doing a left hip carry. So the pelvis is jutting out to the left, and that's because most of us are right-handed. And so we want to be able to function getting everything that we need with the right hand. But what's important to note is shifting your pelvis to the left is going to change your base of support through this left leg, and it's going to offset your center over to the right side of your trunk. So all of this weight that's being basically supported by your left pelvis is being offloaded onto the right trunk. So all of this side here is going to become really strained and tight and stressed. Your shoulder actually doesn't really have a great connection to your trunk, so you could get some right shoulder issues. And then your left hip is also going to be compromised. So this carry in its own right, as well as with slum rotation, as we're like trying to support our child with our opposite hand as well, is going to cause some tightness in these obliques too. So there's a number of dysfunctions that happen just from carrying on the hip. And though it would be ideal to just tell you never to carry your child, it's not actually realistic. So I like to just remind people as often as you can to at least switch sides. And it feels really kind of bizarre, but it's important to be making sure that we are maintaining a balance, because this can go on for years at a time and your child is getting heavier and heavier. And so if you don't have pain in those first few months when you're able to hip carry, you will later. So you want to stop it in its tracks just with a little bit of mindfulness.